Well, hey, good morning, everybody. I believe this is the start of day 96. Day 92 is when I came in here into Daleville. Day 93 I took as a zero. Spent most of that day doing things like laundry. Went down to the outfitter. Got another camp shirt so I can be able to switch into when I found that when I washed this shirt out in the creek, it was pretty cold and I weren't running around without a shirt on, and the mosquitoes are tormenting me. So I picked up a secondary shirt that I can be able to use to switch out when I get into camp, so I can either rinse one out or at least get the sweat drying off on it and we're not running around all wet. So, and I got a reactor bag a reactor that I can use as a sleeping bag with my silk cocoon, and did a resupply. Bought too much stuff, of course. Probably the heaviest, most amount of food I have coming out of here. It's got to last me 6 days, and with my hunger increasing, I'm just finding myself carrying more food, weight-wise too. So ran back down to the shopping area to the UPS store to send my top quilt home. So that did free up some room in my bag, space-wise, which was taken up by more of the extra food that I bought. So the next day, I went ahead and took the second zero, so that'd be day 94, and just because I hadn't had a chance really to do much resting, going running back and forth, all the walking that I did. So I took that day off, and especially because it was very severe thunderstorms that day, just torrential rains. It was just a miserable day. Hikers that were coming in are just soaked to the bone, and trying to get gear dried out. So I had taken that day. Then the next day, Sunday, day 95, was my plan to hike out, but a couple of things were going on. Number one, it looked like there was going to be severe thunderstorms again, which never really materialized as badly as they were forecasting it. But a lot of people kind of zeroed that day because of that forecast. Two, I wasn't feeling real good, a little under the weather. Three, I have I'm still trying to care for this hip belt abrasion that was on the verge of turning into a wound, and I think I turned the tide on that by giving it extra day to heal and keeping some ointments on it. So that was one of my lessons learned is, if you got something that's bothering you on your pack, your hip belt, your shoulder belt, something's pinching, stop, take care of it then. Don't tell yourself, well, I'll do it then on the next break, or I'll do it when I get back into camp tonight. Take care of it then. That was my lesson learned. If something's hurting, something's wrong, and if something's wrong, something's going to do damage, and if something does damage, it takes a lot longer time to heal than it is just to take care of it right then. So, and then of course, then today is Monday. It's a beautiful day outside, and it's time to get going. It'll be about 9 o'clock by the time I walk out of the room here, and I've got just a 10-mile day planned. That's one of the lessons learned is most people coming out of their zeros make it short days. You don't get started early on time. A lot of people just spend a lot of time drinking while they're off the trail, and so it's a little harder on them. I don't do that, but I know you just feel a little sluggish when you haven't been in that groove of hiking for a day or two. So I found that having a short day coming out is probably a good thing to plan on. So most people are carrying 5 days of food out of here because of the lack of resupply options. Because I travel a bit slower, I got 6 days, and for some reason a lot more snacks because I'm really getting hungry as I'm burning the calories. So all right, time to go hike on. We'll give you an update from the trail. Bye. Well, this is the Full Heart Knob shelter, and it says on the guide to make sure you treat all the water in the cistern, but as you can see, here's a cistern and it's all locked up, so there is no water here at this shelter. And you can see that here's junk everywhere. There's clothes hanging down there. There's junk in the fire pit. That's kind of typical of some of the first shelters you come to out of town, where they're easy to get to for one-nighters. And things kind of get junked out that way. All right, gonna head on down the trail now. Okay, this is Curry Creek. I'm gonna cross right there and head up that direction. Puts me about 2.5 miles from the shelter. But I tell you what, this is a welcome sight because I am totally out of water. I'm dehydrated. I drank my last half liter a little bit ago, and I had been saving in. So at the time I heard the creek, I knew I was safe to drink, so I finished drinking. So I'm going to get myself some of this nice, cool, clean water, filtered of course, and going to tank up and take maybe just 1 liter with me because I've got at least another stream crossing before I get to the shelter. And they're all fully tanked up and camel up and cactus up and whatever you want to call it. So I'm going to get something to drink. All right. Hey everybody, made it to the Wilson Creek shelter area. Right about sunset here now. I've been here a couple hours. 11 miles today. Not too bad for coming out of town. Actually, that's pretty good for me. The trip out of the town today was not too bad. The first couple of miles were just kind of walking through woods, some ups and some downs, getting under. I'm just kind of giving you a panorama here of the area as I talk, but had to go under I-81 and then had to cross US 11, and then after that kind of through some private land and then an up climb. The up climb was not too bad. It was actually very what I always ask for. It's a lot of switchbacks, and it was actually easy to get up to that first shelter. And coming down this direction, though, there was some pretty nasty downs that were pretty steep. A lot of evidence of gully washes that were washed out, probably with the rain on Saturday. They had pretty good torrential rain when I was zeroing. Would have been interesting trying to cross those because they're not really set up with rocks, to cross normally when there's water in them. So it's one of those. They're definitely probably just a kind of seasonal type gullies that you could definitely see where they had been washed out and had quite a bit of water had come down through there. So kind of glad that I zeroed on Saturday, to be honest with you now, after having seen some of that. So tomorrow there's an opportunity to go 17 miles to a campsite with a swimming hole. That's where a lot of people are trying to go. I may not make it that far. I think I go about 13.8 to the shelter right prior to that. Would be a good goal for me. Originally, I figured out my food and everything based upon going only 7 miles to a shelter, and I can't figure that out. Why I would have done that? So maybe it was just in case I wasn't feeling that good. Right now, I feel pretty good. No rain tonight. Should be able to get out of the camp early in the morning. Should be able to skip that shelter and head to the next one. So that's part of my plan. So all right, everybody, have a good night, have a good evening, and I'm gonna get ready to hit the bed here. It's almost 8:30. See you later. Bye.